You're listening to the Fast F1 podcast. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Fast F1 podcast with me, Danny Kane.
And I'm Eddie Medeo Kane.
This is a follow-up episode, I guess you could say, reviewing the IMSA Motul Grand Prix sports car races at Road America. We were there. We recorded on Saturday night when we were there, kind of how our weekend was going up to that point. We recorded a few predictions for the main event, which was the WeatherTech. It was the Motul.
It was the SportsCar Grand Prix.
Yeah, it was the Grand Prix race the next day. So on Sunday, the day started out with the Mustang Challenge race.
Yes.
The Dark Horse Challenge, I think it's actually called, or something along those lines.
I'm not sure what the race is called, but it included the Mustangs and then Dark Horse Challenge as two different classes.
Yeah, so it was the Dark Horse and then the I think they call it like Dark Horse Plus or Dark Horse Seniors or I don't know. It's
something like that. But
the announcers kept referring to them as drivers with more life experience. So in other words, older drivers.
I don't think so, because I also remember, I don't know if this was it or if it was the Lamborghini Super Trofeo race, but one of those, it might even be both, where the drivers can actually pick which one they want to be classified as, and that's the one they'll get the points for.
I think that's I think you're thinking of maybe the Lamborghini.
It'd be like NASCAR, where you can join any series, but whatever series you join or whatever series you pick to score points with.
That's done differently in NASCAR and
NASCAR's point systems. Oh my god.
No, the Dark Horse Plus or whatever they're calling that the second class.
Dark Horse Legends.
That's it, Dark Horse Legends.
I remember.
The Dark Horse Legends drivers, they're all in the same equipment, but
yes.
The Dark Horse Legends drivers, I believe, you have to be of a certain age to be in that category.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you're right.
So they score points in both series, basically, but only the people over a certain age are allowed to be
for one of them.
Yeah, are in the Dark Horse Legends.
It's kind of like a Rookies Cup. Yeah,
but in that race, Sam Paley, who had his crash the day before,
that was a huge crash.
He had a massive brake failure. Actually, no, stuck throttle. Going into turn 5 and went through the tire barrier, and
that was scary.
Yeah, scary crash,
very
but
scary.
Ruined the car. So the next day he comes back and he borrows a car from Robert Noacker Racing,
the guy who had won the previous day.
Yeah, well, the guy that has been dominating the entire season.
Very much.
I think he's won every single race so far.
He has not won every single race. He's finished in the top 3 in every single race this year.
I think you're thinking of a different series that he's participating in. I think in the Dark Horse.
That's right. You're right.
I think in the Dark Horse Challenge, he's still. I think he has won every single race.
I believe you might be right.
Yeah. So anyway,
he's been very, very dominant, and in his own car at the boss of his own team as well.
Yep.
Which is very rare too.
Sam Paley borrowed the spare car from Robert Noacker Racing, started last, and finished in
second
place.
That is incredible.
Made a really good drive through the pack. Got a great start and picked off several other cars right at the start of the race, and then, I mean, the trackside announcer said something along the lines of, this would be exactly the time when Sam Paley would want a full course caution to bunch the pack back up.
And then there was.
So he can do it again, and not 30 seconds later, that's exactly what happened.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah. And then he made up a bunch more spots on the next restart and then picked off the last 3 or 4 that were ahead of him.
Near the end of it,
there was another full course caution.
He almost won the race as well.
On that restart, he very nearly took the lead from Robert Noacker.
Imagine he won in his car.
Yeah, I know. But then
in a spare car too. It is almost like I don't know if I've actually ever seen somebody win in a spare car.
Yeah, it's definitely happened in the past.
But it's pretty rare.
Well, it's not that often that they have to drive the spare car.
That's why.
So that was pretty cool, the Mustang Challenge race. The Lamborghini Super Trofeo was then after that, which had a pretty massive crash at the start.
Yes. Two massive crashes. One of them was under caution. or like right before it went under caution.
Yeah, so there was a big crash that involved
turn 1,
4 or
2.
5 cars coming out of turn 1.
Yeah.
And then
they cut back to the camera. I think it was going out of turn 2 or 3. And
it was in turn 4.
It was in turn 4.
Which isn't a turn, it's part of the straightaway.
It's part of the straightaway. And on the straight, sweeper, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
They cut back to the straight, and then there was another big crash, but right at the front of it. It was chaos.
Yeah, so
there were like 5 or 6 cars taken out.
One of the cars that was involved in the first crash but kept going, his mirror came off of his car. One of the cars following him, the driver kind of got spooked by that and tried to avoid hitting the mirror.
But that caused a 3 wide moment.
He got onto the grass. He got onto the grass momentarily trying to avoid hitting the mirror and lost control of the car and speared across the track into another car.
Taking both of them out of the race.
Took both of them out, yeah.
And then another one, I'm pretty sure, clipped them as well and was taken out.
Yeah,
so
it
like
was
5 or 6 cars.
Really
and the
messy start.
First 2 as well. It took a long time to clean up the previous race for a very minor collision at the Mustang Challenge. This one, it took like 4 minutes. I was so shocked.
I think you're thinking of it the other way around.
Other way around?
Yeah,
Are
the
you
Mustang.
Sure.
Yeah, because the Mustang Challenge race, that was the reason that Sam Paley had a chance to get the lead at the end, is because that caution, they only did 1 lap under caution. The safety car didn't even come out because they slowed down right at the beginning of the lap. By the time they got around to the end of the lap at a slow speed, the cars had all bunched up and the track was clear, so they went green right away again.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I think it was the first of those 2 cautions that was longer than the first caution for Super Trofeo.
The first caution of the Super Trofeo lasted a long time. There was a lot of
sure?
Yeah, because there were about 6 cars they had to pick up.
Because I remember there being a race before that had a longer one than that, but it was such a minor accident.
Yeah, the Mustang Challenge race, the first caution was a long cleanup. The second caution was really short.
But wasn't the first one for the Mustang Challenge longer than the Super Trofeo?
No.
It wasn't?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
Oh, well, anyway.
Doesn't matter. So then there was the Porsche Series, and that race, we only watched kind of the first 15 minutes of it trackside before we had to go back to camp and get lunch and stuff before heading back to the track for the main event.
Packed up as well because we wanted to obviously go down to the trackside to look at the cars and everything, but we all know how crowded it's going to get at one of those places. And we saw when we got back from packing up, because we knew that it was apparently was hot again. We didn't expect that right away, but when we got there, we wanted to get seats early in the VIP tower because it's hot and it's the main event. It's going to be crowded. So when we went to the tower, we saw people coming out to view the cars, and 15 minutes to go, there was still a humongous line. It was packed.
Yeah, the grid walk was extremely busy.
It was like
we were glad we did not go.
The people on that grid walk, there were more people on that grid walk than probably the entire population of where we live. It was insane.
Well, that's not saying much. We live in an extremely small village.
We do. Well, yes, but it's still quite a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, so then, nothing really happened in the Porsche race. It was a clean race, green the entire way. Didn't sound like we missed very much in that.
No.
But then the Grand Prix had several full course cautions.
Yes.
A lot of incidents, some pretty poor driving standards from the drivers.
Oh, for sure. Especially
a lot
at
of
the
pushing
end.
and shoving, and a lot of...
Those Ferraris need to keep it calm.
Yeah, there was a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of... and in all of the classes, there was a lot of incidents.
There was
of
always
people,
at least 1, maybe even 2 incidents every class.
Yeah.
It was also... as we mentioned in the Hungarian Grand Prix previously, when we got the chance, there were so many cautions that we got to the entire time we got to watch basically all of the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Yeah, we watched the Hungarian Grand Prix in the VIP tower during the full course cautions.
Yeah,
and we had watched about half of the race up before the start.
Right before the start.
And then we kept watching it in segments throughout the Grand Prix at Road America. So then we'll talk about our predictions that we made for the IMSA for the Grand Prix. So I'll cut right to the point here. First of all, none of this was going to count for our season tally anyways, but it doesn't look like it's going to have much of an effect as it is with the results. So for the GTP win, so that's the main class, the fastest class.
It's like the hypercar in WEC.
Sure. I had said that the Acura number 93 was going to win, and you said it was going to be the
Porsche Penske number 6.
And it was the BMW number 24.
We were both not very far off. I think yours was like 3rd or 4th. I know mine was like 5th.
Yeah, I mean, I don't honestly. I couldn't keep track of who was where during the race because
there's so many classes.
Well, at least in terms of our predictions, I wasn't keeping track of it. It was an exciting race, even though it was not necessarily exciting for the right reasons.
For the
LMP2 win, I said it would be the Orica number 11, and you said
I said it'd be the Orica number 22. So we both went for like the same two numbers back to back, and it was another car. Numbers back to back. It was the Orica number 99.
Yeah, so we got the team right, but at the wrong cars.
And we also got the double numbers right, but the wrong number.
Yeah. So then GTD Pro, I said it would be the Corvette number 4.
And I said number 3.
And you said the Corvette number 3, and it was
the BMW number 1. And it makes me happy that BMW won twice this weekend, because I am a decent fan of the BMW M cars.
Yeah, so they got 2 different class wins.
Lovely liveries.
And then in GTD, I said that the Aston Martin number 27 would win.
And then I said the Mercedes number 57 would win, like with Russell Ward and Philip Ellis. They were looking really good, though.
For a while they were.
I think they finished like 4th in GTD's period, like GTD and GTD Pro. I think they finished 4th.
Yep. But instead it was
the Ferrari number 21, and unrightfully so. I said that in the actual, like while we were there, I said, I don't think they're going to be keeping that win. Apparently they kept that win, but it's because they had been like, they were one of the reasons for the full course cautions at the end. They forced another driver off track, and I was like, that's our race ruined then.
Yeah.
But apparently not.
So then for a wild prediction, we made those as well. I said that a GTD team would take the overall GTD win and not a GTD Pro.
So we found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had made that prediction.
Story.
I had made that prediction on the basis that a GTD qualified second, right? But was it second, or did he take the GTD?
I think he took the
pole?
Overall one.
I think he did take the overall pole. I don't remember now.
You were thinking that it'd be like kind of like how WEC have the hypercars and the LMP2s starting like right by each other, and then the GTDs and GTD Pros starting in a different pack but behind them. You thought it'd be something like that in this.
Well, there was part of me that thought that they would mix the GTD and GTD Pro cars together. But even when they started them with the GTDs behind the GTD Pros, I thought, okay, well, I'm still sticking with my prediction because they'll get mixed up in the race. What I did not know is that they then re-separate them for every restart. So at each restart, the GTPs start ahead of the LMP2s, and they start ahead of the GTD Pros, which start ahead of the GTDs. And I've not known a racing series to do it that way.
It's super weird, and it's so unnecessary, too.
Well, and based on how the race had gone, I think I would have had a really good chance of getting that one right if they didn't do it that way. But
it's kind of like the unlapping drivers on a safety car in F1, but it's way worse.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is. But
so it means that I didn't get my prediction.
You could have, though, because remember, Philip Ellis and Russell Ward were like 4th overall. I think, and they were looking pretty darn strong, and they looked strong in qualifying too when they landed their pole position.
Yep, but they didn't get it.
They didn't, which made me a little upset, but I'm okay.
And then your wild prediction
was that 4 cars would retire on the opening lap.
Yeah.
On like turn 1, I think.
Lap 1, turn 1 incident, yeah.
If this was the Lamborghini Super Trofeo.
Which it wasn't.
Do I still get the point? No. Oh, gosh darn it. It's always worth a try to say it, though.
So no points for either of us.
Yeah, so.
We got it all wrong.
But the trophy has to go to somebody, and I've done a bit of calculating, and one of us was 21 positions away when you combine the drivers.
Okay.
21 positions away from having theirs right, and one of us was 31. You had 31. No, you had 21. So you technically, unofficially, and it also does not count towards the F1 scores, but you technically won this.
Okay, well, I'll make sure to cherish the figurative trophy from that.
We'll make one eventually.
Yeah,
I
okay.
assure you.
I'm sure you will. Well, that's it for this one then.
We don't have predictions because we've already done them.
Yep. So that's it for this review of the Sports Car Weekend at Road America. We had an awesome time there.
It is always so much fun to go there. This is not sponsored by that as well, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, and we've got the Dutch Grand Prix in Formula One coming up in a couple weeks' time.
Yep. Hopefully
and,
it's rainy because it's usually good in the rain.
The Dutch Grand Prix in the rain? Have they had rain there yet?
2023, it was a heck of a race.
I don't remember
I think it was like race of the year in 2023.
Well, shows how my memory is. I have no recollection of it. Anyways, we will be seeing you all after that race. Until then, I'm Danny Kane.
And I'm Eddie Kane.
And this has been the Fast F1 podcast.
Bye.
Fast F1 is produced by Danny Kane and Eddie Mediao Kane. All rights are reserved. Music is performed by Alex Zavessa. Thanks for listening.